You know, home movies rocks. For those not in the know, it's a show about a kid named Brendan Small navigating the world and making movies alongside his friends, mom, okay, she kind of a baddie, I'm not gonna lie, and soccer coach. What I love about it is the lack of plot or conflict there is. While yes, there is a storyline in each episode, and even hints of an overarching narrative, home movies never takes itself that seriously and takes its time. The humor is very improvisational and slow. Many of the funniest gags in the show are long conversations between the soccer coach, Mr. McGurk, and Brendan discussing whatever topic is on their mind.
No, Brendan, you're a smart kid. You improvise.
Yeah, that's what I was planning on.
Give me something. Let's say I come up to you, right?
Okay.
I give you a little shove, and I say, hey, come on, let's go.
Okay.
You got to think on your feet here, Brendan.
All right, I got one.
All right, what do you got? Go ahead.
Loving you is easy 'cause you're beautiful.
All right, so in that situation, Brendan, I'm going to kill you.
I bring home movies up because it's an example of what I like in a lot of the shows I've been watching recently. Character-driven, slice-of-life comedies are my shit. In a landscape where most entertainment is driven by action and overarching plot lines, it's nice to wind down and watch a show and not have to pay too much attention to it. Which is what brought me to watching Azumanga Daioh. Based off the manga going by the same name, the show follows 6 girls as they go through their 3 years of high school. There's the child prodigy Chiyo-chan, spacey Osaka, the animal-loving Sakaki, competitive Tomo, also smart Yomi, I couldn't really think of a good adjective for her, and jock Kagura. You may think there's a main character, but that's not really a thing here. Every character gets developed equally and is self-sufficient. It might seem jarring to some, but honestly you don't really notice it. Every character is able to play off each other super well. For example, Kagura and Tomo are friendly rivals, but when they're around Osaka, they bask in their lacking intelligence, to put it kindly. Or how Chiyo-chan reverts to a dumbass state, as I like to call it, when around Osaka. The character dynamics are masterful, and because of these amazing dynamics, the comedy between them almost always lands. The comedy is this weird mix of absurdist and more grounded humor. I'd like to think it is more grounded, but you can't tell me moments like this aren't weird as hell.
Come on! I'm sure they'll look really good on you. Well, that is to say... What? You mean you don't want them? But they're so popular. Yeah, what's her deal? What? That's it. Chiyo-chan. She's being controlled by those things. Right. Lift. Turn. Attention. Hang on, Chiyo-chan! I'm coming to save ya!
Yeah. Even on their own, I adore them. My favorite characters are Osaka, Sakaki, and Kairan. Osaka is just really damn funny to me. She always discusses the stupidest shit with the rest of the cast, and she has some of the best gags in the show. A particularly favorite was when she goes off about Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, unannounced. I don't know, I just like that one. Sakaki's plotline is also just really cute, and seeing her happy makes me happy. Protect her. And Kairan be fruity as all hell. Honestly, it's a bit surprising to see representation even in an anime from 2002. I mentioned Oron in my last video, but that shit came out in 2006, and it's weirdly problematic with its representation, especially of trans people. And while I have the chance, let's discuss this goddamn soundtrack. This might be one of the best anime OSTs that I have ever listened to. It's on the same level as something like Cowboy Bebop for me. Hell, if it says anything, I'm listening to it as I'm writing the script. The band who did the music, Oranges and Lemons, used a variety of instruments such as trombones, violins, and flutes. The soundtrack can be both playful and sentimental. It's a soundtrack that can only really fit this show. Songs like the one playing right now are synonymous with the anime. It's an anime SpongeBob in that sense, where the soundtrack is just that well recognized, especially with fans. This might not be as well known, but another important aspect of the show's legacy is its online fan base. If you look hard enough, you'll find at least a few memes and various pieces of online fan content. I think I've seen more memes of this show in particular more than any of its contemporaries. Its wacky, eccentric cast combined with the absurdist nature of the whole production lends itself well to the modern internet landscape. Look up Azumanga Daioh on Google Images or Twitter and tell me how long it takes to find a meme or even just a piece of fan art relating to it. The fan base is very passionate, yet it feels largely self-contained, if that's the right word. There's also a weird niche of fan games which I didn't expect. Everyone knows Azumanga Drug Lord, but did you know there was a fucking fighting game? Hell, the official games can be just as odd too, like this Puzzle Bobble game officially released by Daioh. This will definitely be something I discuss more in depth later, but I just had to mention them here. There's also these weird Twitter accounts that are parodies of the characters quoting particular lines of the show that I just find very interesting and I like a lot. They're funny. I also enjoy this bot that reposts random screen caps of the show. Really shows you how beautiful this show looks, and my golly, do I think it looks beautiful. I don't think it tops something like Sailor Moon and its amazing use of pastels, but I'm not real reviews. Anyway, Azumanga has this weirdly muted color scheme, but it doesn't mean that it doesn't look stunning. The art is soft and easy on the eyes. Every character is super expressive, with some of my favorites being when they are surprised or in shock. The animation is weirdly vibrant too. Like, not the most well animated, but for what it is, I absolutely love it. I really like what they went for. If you look at the OVA they made, the animation is much smoother and the art is more accurate to the manga. But to be honest, from the few panels I have seen in the manga, I don't care for its art style all that much. It's not as cartoony and appealing as the anime in my eyes. It still looks fine and appealing. Don't get me wrong, but compared to the show, it does not hold a single candle. The girls in the anime look much more round, and I don't know if that's just me, but it seems like the outlines of the characters in the animation are just an ounce smaller than in the manga. Overall, the anime is the definitive way to experience this great series. But what does the series have compared to the other slice of life comedy animes you see pop up seasonally? Well, for me, it's the amount of heart it can have. There's this weird amount of sincerity with its message that you wouldn't expect out of a show like this. It never gets too serious, but that doesn't mean it doesn't have its moments. The last few episodes hit really damn hard, not gonna lie. Especially when you spend such a short time with these characters. I mean, 26 episodes isn't a lot of time, you know. The series brings you the cast's adventures through their 3 years of high school. It takes you through sports fests, vacations, and just the girls vibing. It feels like a weird snapshot of my high school days, which I guess I'm still in, but it's starting to set in that I'm about to start my senior year of high school. And that's how I felt about those last few episodes of Azumanga. All of the girls except for Chio have to take their entrance exams, which is preceded by some really sweet and funny moments between all of them. But in the next episode, they graduate. That's the final episode. I was about to cry in the club, not gonna lie, but not this time, damn it. The show's very last moments are with Chio-chan getting an honors award and the entire class applauding her. Kagura attempts to take a desk home in order to keep her memories of high school still alive, but Yukari tells her that her memories are all she needs. And then, the show just ends, with everyone continuing to hang out with each other as normal. Even though we're left unaware of their futures, we can find solace in the fact that these girls are all still friends. It really reminds you that the time you spend is fickle, and that you should appreciate every second of it. The people you're friends with right now might not be your friends forever. People move on for one reason or another, and that's just a fact of life. As far as I'm concerned, nothing is the same after high school. Growing up sounds scary, but at the same time, I'm hopeful for things to be alright. I'm hopeful that I'll have a decent future. Azumanga showed me that you don't have to grow up immediately. Sometimes, in fact, you might be much the same. People grow up at a different pace than you, and that's okay. But for now, appreciate the time you do have, with the people that you love, doing what you love, and never letting the person you are go. Peace.